Well, today marks the 38th observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and the city of Grand Haven is inviting families to its library to read on the history. Ben Knight with Loudet Library and Zach Van Ostal with the city of Grand Haven joining us live this morning to talk all about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, let's first start with you, Zach. If you could talk a little bit about the city is closed today, but you're encouraging the community to get out.
Yes, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, the city of Grand Haven adopted the third Monday of every January as MLK Day of Service. So this January 18th today marks the 38th observance of MLK Day. It's a federal holiday dedicated to honoring Dr. King. In 1994, the U.S. Congress designated MLK Day as a National Day of Service. This day of service helps to empower individuals, strengthen communities, bridge barriers, address social problems, and bring us closer to Dr. King's vision of a beloved community. Dr. King famously said, "Everyone can be great because everyone can serve." So your service honors Dr. King's life and his teachings and helps meet community challenges. Service also brings people together of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities. So the city of Grand Haven joins other local municipalities today to have citizens reflect on the teachings of Dr. King and also volunteer in the community. To learn more about MLK Day, you can visit mlkday.gov, and you can find volunteer opportunities at places like United Way or Read Ottawa.
And Zach, are those some of the things that are going on in the community today, or are there other things that are happening as well?
Yeah, we're definitely, due to social distancing, it's hard to get together with large groups and go out and volunteer today. So we're encouraging people to stay safe and still do the traditional ways of volunteering, but you can do things such as shoveling for your neighbor, salting their sidewalk, grabbing groceries for people picking up trash. So those are all ways that we're encouraging our citizens and people of West Michigan to volunteer today.
Very good. Ben, let's talk a little about what's happening at the Loudet Library.
So yeah, we are actually doing curbside, so you can still get books, and I have a small collection of books here behind me to kind of highlight some things that talk about the civil rights movement, MLK Day, and we're just trying to show the impact and then also why it's still going on today, what we still need to learn from this talking about civil rights or nonviolence, and how we can be impactful in our communities today.
Maybe show us a couple of those books, if you would, if people are interested.
Absolutely. So my personal favorite here I've got is March. So March is actually by John Lewis, Congressman John Lewis, and it talks about his civil rights journey. So he actually was part of the sit-ins. He was part of the freedom rides. He saw MLK speak. And what I really love about this book is you're watching John Lewis grapple with it, and you're watching him get used to the ideas of nonviolence, the ideas of civil rights, and then you can see the underpinning of what he becomes to become a congressman later. There's actually going to be a follow-up to this very soon. It's going to be called Run. We don't know when it's going to come out yet because, obviously the pandemic has messed with some publishing dates. I also have the Port Chicago 50. This is a little bit before the civil rights movement. There was a giant explosion at the Port Chicago harbor, and these black men, before the civil rights movement, actually got blamed. And it talks about all the prejudice that was going on during the time, and basically how unfair it was to see these people treated that way when they were already Navy people and were giving for their country and showing their service. And we have more on our website as well. So I have, Loudet at Loudet Library. We've had a whole collection set aside for you. And yeah,
all right,
that's some really cool books.
Some great stuff right